Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, and let's build together.
But the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is
Stay tuned in, fam. Stay tuned in. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Oh, we're gonna have real talk tonight, fam. Real talk. Check out the commercial. Don't support it. Oh, we back up. Back up on Facebook. Got our YouTube jumping on. Now we're 100%. But we about to do it. AfricanDeep.com. Gonna get it.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his truth? What is a wolf without his pack?
Be free. No, you don't. No, you don't.
The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Baragani, Balm Skin & Co. is the true definition of self-care, self-love, and repeat. We are what we create in this life. Balm Skin & Co. chooses to create something innovative and unforgettable. Check out our website for more information.
Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're gonna go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kuji Chagalia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals at inexpensive rental car rates, mid-size sedans, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customer care at twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and it's since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Ashe. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand.
Folktale.
All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said,
Folktale.
and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. For thou shalt inherit all nations.
We had enough.
Allahu Akbar.
We have had enough. Had enough. Oh, we're about to go down. Let the family know we're about to do it. Doing it for real. Doing it for real. It's going down tonight. I am excited. Can't wait to get started. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited about it. Let's just go and cut. Y'all know y'all on G&J Media. Y'all know what's going on.
Check out what we have done.
Let's get it.
Go to journeyarchives.com.
Y'all ready? Let's get it.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge. And you are not.
Alright, family. Hey. Folktale for grown folks in the house. We are here. We are up. We are live. I forgot to open up the damn talk lines. Let me go open up the talk lines so people call in. Black line will be open 614-556-4535 so that you can join the conversation, the discussion if you choose so. If not, you already know how Brother Hatim do it. I'm gonna make it happen. But hey, I'm opening up for a lot of people because I know because of our short attention spans, I can't be even running 15-minute commercials, but I'm gonna do it. You know why? Because my tribe is out there. I'm looking for my tribe, and those that can't necessarily make it to the end might not be my tribe. I ain't mad at them. I hope they ain't mad at me. Right? But you know, you can't make it through. You can't make it through. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I am tribe building. And you know, there's constant initiation. Initiation after initiation after initiation leads to mastery. Look for those real builders. And I expect quality, not quantity. I need the quality listeners out there. I need those that's willing to do the what we call wisdom mining. You know what I'm saying? Willing to get dirty, willing to do the work, willing to go through the strain when, you know what I'm saying? It's some ass shaking on online. I gotta go find the ass shaking. No, I'm looking for those. That could be like, yo, got the patience. One of my elders taught us a long time ago, the patient man eats ripe fruit. Shouts out to Dr. Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? The patient man eats ripe fruit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for that. Right? So we're about to have this conversation. Let me make sure that I'm able to make sure that y'all are able to tune in. The name of the story is The Sick Stag. Aesop. Fables. Those that want to get on it, y'all get on it. Y'all can find it. I'm going to go to my favorite, Fables of Aesop. I'm going to share that. Going to run a little bit through the news real quick. Run through some news real quick that we're going to possibly cover tomorrow morning before I get up out of here and start my adventure for the day. But we are on Folk Tales for Grown Folks. But let me tell you why I'm hyped. So I got home late today. And, I got home late for two reasons. One, because a Gye-Nyame Journey tribe member came. I wasn't even expecting to see him. I walked down the hall, my eyes ain't as good as they used to be, so I got to pull out my glasses every now and then. I ain't have my glasses at work, but I seen him. I said, shaped like a brother I know. But I'm going to keep on walking. Maybe it's one of these other workers. They gained some weight or whatever, and they got a little bit taller or something. It's all right. But no, he coming to the office. And he starts rapitating with his older brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, So he came back to get a refresher course. Like, brother, I got something coming up and I need your help, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking. So I want to go through what, I basically walked him through. And it got to do with, of course, the 7-day e-course, the free e-course that we put out here at Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? All we ask for is the email address. You know what I'm saying? So that we get in touch with you, because remember, in us building, we got to be able to get those things that will make it possible for us to let you know where we are. And we want to get our email list up to thousands. Right now we up to about 250 something. You know what I'm saying? We need thousands. When we send out an email, it's causing problems in the system. I got to pay extra money. And I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? But let's go on over and see what was going on. But, before we get there, I need to make sure that y'all understand that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Oh, you up? You still up, Anime? Thank you. Of course, this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and it's the Heart of a Simba production. All day, every day, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. So my younger brother, tribe member, high ranking in the system, came to me and he was asking for an idea that he had a speaking engagement for. I'm like, what? And I had to keep going back and say, you need to remember who you are. Right? Because a lot of us forget who we are. We forget the accomplishments that we have in the community, and we think that those accomplishments in the community are outweighed by other people's accomplishments in the wider world. And I had to go through his pedigree. I said, you have been with us since you was 14 years old. You are one of the rare individuals that can actually say that you came through a structured rites of passage society and still are and still is. Well, I don't know if that's how you say it. A ranking member. Please understand. All right. You might not have the doctorate that somebody else might have, but you have the expertise. And you need to walk into any room that you're talking to, especially when you're talking about the shit that we do. You need to walk in there with a sense of expertise. Why? Because not only have you accomplished it, you have proven yourself since 2007. That's 14 years that you have come back repeatedly and proven yourself. So first off, I need you to shake off that humble shit, right? Because sometimes we get humbleness confused. You know what I'm saying? We get too humble, right? In what we do. See, brother, you don't have a degree from a college where you can sit in a classroom. No, your shit come from real life. And real action. Shouts out to you, Auntie George, and happy belated birthday with your beautiful self. You have accomplished more in your life than somebody who wrote 15 dissertations. As a matter of fact, you got about 15 dissertations up under your belt. You have been through the secret sauce of a local organization, and you have also been spiced up by your involvement with a national rites of passage organization. You have traveled all over the country because of who you are and what you have accomplished. You know what I'm saying? I had to let them know. Let me pull out the pedigree on you, homie. There should be no shyness when you go in and talk about us and talk about our plight and talk about your expertise. You have been put in situations where Brother Hatim has said something to you that most Gye-Nyame members understand. When I say make it happen, and you have made it happen time and time again. You have created camp trips. You have taken young people to Simba with absolutely no money and being able to make it happen. You have been able to bring individuals to our bi-weekly meetings when we were meeting before COVID. And you've been able to make it happen. You have been able to make it possible for them to eat. So there should be no shyness and no humbleness when you walk in the room. Because you're walking in the room with the thing that make wisdom, and that's experience. So you're like, well, what I'm going to talk about? I said, oh, you've been through the system. He said, but that's Hatim. I say, no, that's not Hatim. That's Gye-Nyame journey. You've been through this. This is our thing. It don't, cat in don't mean Hatim thing. It means our thing. You got the books. Now, if you wanted the book there, you can pull it up, but you done wrote a book. You done wrote a book. You can put that up there. You know what I'm saying? Shine on your expertise. But you also could use your brother's expertise. That's what I'm here for. Let's build. Stop being shy. Stop it. We got to stop it, family. We got to walk in the room and in a sense, our confidence got to make people feel uncomfortable because for so long we had to travel up under the radar where it's like when we come talking about our shit, we still want to fly up under the radar. No, you are the expert. So I said, all right, cool. This is what you're going to talk about. You ready? Here's your curriculum. How long you got? I don't know. Okay, cool. I give you 3 days worth. We can do this 3 days. Day 1, unleashing the power of Nguzo Saba. Principles are part of culture. You are in charge of culture building. We building culture. We're building tribe. So you're going to start off talking about culture, then you're going to talk about the importance of the principle system in the culture, and you're going to talk about how you use the culture and how you use the principle system to move your life. And you're going to be able to cite examples because in your life, there are examples of you using your principles. I can stop right there, but I ain't going to stop right there because we are on Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and I took them to the next one. I said, check it out. Day 2.
Who do you want to call?
Shut up, Google.
Who do you want to call?
God damn it, Google. Stop spying on me. Y'all hear her in the background? Oh, my God. Understanding how to use folk tales, myths, and legends. So I asked a question. I'm going to ask the same question I asked him. I'm going to ask you. And I want y'all to think about this. I asked him, I said, listen. What are folk tales, legends, and myths for? He said to pass on the culture. To pass on what in the culture? To pass on what in the culture? I want y'all to understand the importance of what we do and the principles that give you, in a sense, a roadmap. The principles don't even, matter of fact, it's not even a roadmap. It's a lane. It's like the guide rails or the guard rails on the expressway. You know, if you go too far to the left, you off the expressway, death. You go too far to the right, you off the expressway, death or damage. Guardrails and those lines in between, it lets you know what direction you need to go, what speed you need to be going at. That's what the principles provide. But what do the folk tales, myths, and legends provide? You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to CeeLo. I see you out there. She said Moors. I'm confused. You got to go on and specify what you mean. Cautionary tales, right? And because I want to be very clear with y'all, right? What the folk tales, myths, and legends provide us with is, in a sense, the map in which we are going to use these principles. And it shows you where, as CeeLo say, the cautionary tale, it shows you where the pitfalls are, or the pit, what they call them, the holes in the street is. It shows you from past experiences where some of the struggles that we had as a group, as individuals, it shows us that and it teaches us that. And we got to be very clear in that. Right? So when you go in there and you start talking about how to use folk tales and myths, I want you to be able to plug in to the deepness of it. And then I want you not only to be able to talk about the old school folk tales and myths, I want you to be able to talk about the everyday folk tales and myths. So I asked the question, because I got 2 Gye-Nyame members in the room. I say, hey, what are the modern folk tales and modern myths of the day? They like, I don't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know? We supposed to know this. We talk about them all the time. Look at the TV shows. See, because this is the issue. Many of us can't talk to our youth because we have not. Somebody on the line. Who on the line?
CeeLo.
What's up, CeeLo? Give me 1 second. I'm almost done.
I was going to tell you what my word was. It was mores.
Mores.
Mores. I'm sorry, I might have misspelled it. Mores. The cautionary tales. The proverbs. That's what those things are.
Right. Give you experience without having to bump your head. See, and we got to understand this. And what a lot of us don't understand is that these stories don't stop with Aesop. These stories don't stop with the myths from ancient Kemet. These stories are still continuing, and many of our kids are watching them every day. They're called anime. They're called comic books. They're called movies. They're getting lessons out of it. And what we have to be able to do is be able to look at those, become symbol literate, and have real discussions with our young people, as well as some of our old folks who don't know about the lessons that's in the stories. Many people are plugging into the MCU. Many people are plugged into the DC universe. As a matter of fact, DC just launched a movie that's 4 hours long, and you got millions of people and possibly millions of black folks watching this movie and not having, they're watching a 4-hour movie. This movie is longer than the Bible movie.
What movie is this?
It's called Justice League, the Snyder Cut. This is the second Justice League movie that they took the first Justice League movie and they put the original, it's a long story. But anyway, it's called the Snyder Cut of the Justice League. That's totally different. But it fits closer to the mythology that the young people know who have been reading the comic books. We don't invest time in learning these things because... Go ahead.
I'm driving.
Oh, don't be crashing.
No, a bunch of deer just flew out, man. I live out in the city.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, that's a bunch of, yeah. I'm always looking for them. Yeah, 8 ran out in front of me the other day.
8.
Flying. 8 of them.
That's, you got a lot of space. A lot of land.
I know, right?
But back to what I was saying. Now think about this.
Come on.
How many of us invest time in learning the mythology that's guiding many of our children's lives right now? because we want to push them to the Bible, but a lot of them ain't into that. A lot of them ain't into the Quran, but they into the DCU. They into
all them programs.
Exactly, for a reason. And we're not looking at them. We're not extracting the connection to your culture. You're not extracting the lessons that's in them because you're too grown to watch that shit. But they be having very adult situations and very adult lessons in them. From anime all the way throughout all the stuff that our children are watching. And some of us need to be tuned in so that we could go on and have those real discussions with our young people. I said
symbolism.
Exactly.
Involved a lot of times. Yeah, a lot of the symbols from the way that things are colored, from the way that things are presented. I watched WandaVision. And that whole setup of, it was she was going back until almost like the 50s time frame. Why did she pick the 50s? Just all of those symbols. Like when they said things like "Make America Great Again." What time period were they talking about? A lot of that stuff is right there in our face.
Right in our face.
Picking it up. We're not picking it up.
We're not picking it up, and we're not having the discussions. And I said, this is what you're going to...
Closer to my house, I'm probably going to drop, but I'll call back.
Okay. This is where you have to start having discussions, because unlike past times where you had more control over what your young people watch, nowadays you don't have that much control.
None.
You and your child could...
universe in their pocket.
In their whole pocket.
From all around the world. All kind of content is available to them.
All
content that's actually
type.
being pushed out to them based on even... I'm serious. I think these phones are even to the point of reading our thoughts.
Oh.
I was thinking about a hydroponic herb garden, and guess what?
It popped
I
up.
haven't spoke to anyone about it, but a hydroponic herb garden appeared on my timeline on Facebook.
That's what, see, and it's not, it's looking at your behaviors, and because they got millions and millions of dates of data from not only you, but from other people, they are able to predict what you do.
What you will want and what you're going to buy. Yes, predictive analytics for marketing. They do it all day, every day. They pay people from India big bucks to do it for them.
And what we have to be aware of is that the same method is being used on our young people, and we're not having discussions about it because we're too grown to get involved with some of the stuff that they're watching.
Man, did you watch that Nas X video? That new,
Nah.
What's his name?
Nas X, Lil Nas X.
Oh, Nas X. Oh, my God. That thing had my mind spinning all night. Just the symbols in that was just, I was like, oh, wow.
And we have to be aware. And a lot of our kids listen to him. We have to be aware. We got to be aware of all this, and we got to be able to be on top of it, because since we're not going to be able to stop them unless we take everything away from them, and then we got to be concerned about their friends, we have to be able to have discussions about them and about the lessons or the dangers of what they're watching. And I said, bruh, this is what you're going to talk about, because folk tales, myths, and legends, although we think it's stuff that happened in the past, there are folk tales, myths, and legends that are guiding many of our lives right now. Many of us are looking for a mythic or a legendary or a folk tale type of relationship with people around us. And it's not healthy. It's not, we're following the wrong myth. When an individual follows the wrong myth, they destroy themselves. This is why we always talk about culturally appropriate. What are the cultural principles? Like even with WandaVision, what are some of the lessons in WandaVision? Because a lot of our young people watch that. A lot of our young people are watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A lot of our young people are watching Invincible. A lot of our young people are watching Naruto. A lot of our young people are watching Dragon Ball Z. A lot of our young people are plugged into Disney Channel. That Disney Channel. Are we able and equipped to have the discussions with them about this? And some of them are reading some of these books. Are we able to have the discussion with them? Because that is the myths. Those are the legends. Those are the folk tales that are in a sense preparing them for life. And we need to be on top of it so that we are able to predict, because the information that's going in, just like the information that CeeLo was putting in on her computer, gave Facebook enough information to know that, hey, it's springtime. She gonna be interested in a hydroponic herb garden. We're not using the data points around us. That's what folk tales is about. I'm trying to get you symbol literate. All right? So let's get into it. Let's get into this folk tale. Let's see folks falling off. They're like, oh, brother, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this. The Sixth Stag. That's the story for the day. We're going to go to the Townsend version. That's the version we use. I wish they had something where I could go and give these people a subscription so I don't have to go through all this pain of looking at all these damn commercials. A sick stag lay down in a quiet corner of his pasture ground, his companions in great numbers to inquire after his health, and each one helped himself to a share of food which had been placed for his use, so that he died not from his sickness, but from the failure of means of living. Let me read that again. A sick stag lay dying in a quiet corner of his pasture ground. His companions came in great numbers to inquire after his health, and each one helped himself to a share of the food which had been placed for his use, so that he died not from his sickness, but from the failure of the means of living. The moral: evil companions bring more hurt than profit. What y'all think about that? Evil companions bring more hurt than comfort. Once again, evil companions bring more hurt than profit. So let's just paint a picture. We got a stag, which is a male deer with the horns, old or whatever, might be sick, dying, and his friends come to visit him. Rather than his friends bringing stuff for him to help him in his hard time, to help him in his recovery, they come to drain his coffers. And so many come, and he is such a good host, or he's just too weak to stop them. They take so much that when it's time for him to eat, there is nothing left. And they eat him to death. Basically, by eating his food, because he wasn't able to go out and get his own food, they basically ate him. Family. Many of us have relationships like this in our life, where we have companions that are extracting from our life. They are not practicing reciprocity with you. They are practicing extraction from your life, which makes them dangerous and makes them dangerous to your health. See, because when we talk about developing an economic system and building ourselves as a people, we got to understand that the laws of Maya still apply. So we have to practice reciprocity. So when I take out, I have to be able to return and bring something and put it back in. As much as I pull out, I have to be able to put something in. When I pull something out, I have to exchange. Many of us are surrounded by people, by companies, by corporations, by institutions that only want to extract from us. They don't want to contribute. They don't want to do a fair exchange. As a matter of fact, they believe that a fair exchange with you is robbery to them, because they want you to believe that you are worthless. This Stag's friend, this Stag's so-called friends came to him in his sickness and extracted so much from him that he was left with absolutely nothing, and not having the means to get out and get anything else. He ended up dying, not from the disease, but from bad friendships, from bad relationships. And many of us right now in our lives right now are suffering from bad relationships. This is why I shout every day on this show, tribe up. This is why I'm talking about building a tribe, because you need to build an infrastructure around yourself and around those that you love so that you can keep these goddamn vampires up off you. Because they will come and they will take everything and never put anything back in and won't feel any guilt about it whatsoever. You know why? Because you to them are less than human. You to them don't even exist. You to them don't even fit in their world, because they are the center of creation. At least they believe. And they believe that they have been born and everything should come to them and you owe them. We can not only see this with individuals, we can see this with organizations, where people will come around organizations only seeking what they could get from that organization rather than what they can contribute to that organization, rather than some type of fair exchange, rather than being able to practice reciprocity. All of us have been involved with organizations where you will have individuals who will be supposedly longtime members, but will only show up when they got need. Remember the moral of this story. It say evil companions brings more hurt than profit. More hurt than profit. We all experience this. We experience it in the personal relationships, and we experience it in our public relationships. We experience it in our business relationship. We especially experience this in our community relationships. This is why I'm saying we need to start learning how to tribe up so that we can start looking out for each other. And sometimes we have to be bold enough and be, in a sense, be the bad guy to be like, yo, you ain't shit. We need a you ain't shit committee in every tribe. You ain't shit. You just extracting. You're just extracting. You're not putting anything back in. You don't want to put wisdom back in. You don't want to put your knowledge back in. You don't want to put nothing back in. You just want to come and get assistance from the collective. Or you want to come and extract something from me that you believe I owe you, when there might not even be any actual debt there. I owe you just because you exist. Ain't no real debt. There's no real debt. You exist and you look like me, and I owe you just because you look like me. Family, if we want to go to the next level, we got to stop being this goddamn stag. That stag should have told them cows, them mooses, them whoever hey. Don't you take no shit from my pile unless you putting something else in. You got something, get your ass up out of here. Go away hungry. You see I can't go out and get nothing. He died alone. He died hungry. He didn't die from the disease. He died from failure of a means of living that was stripped from him. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that deals with this type of shit. This is why we at Gye-Nyame Journey talk about building a tribe. This is why I showed you the e-course before we started, because we're talking about you building a tribe, or you finding a tribe of individuals that you could come together with and start building, start investing with, start spending time with, start eating with, Start taking care of each other. Now, the other reason I was late at work because one of the sisters decided that she was going to start her show today. And I wanted to make sure that I was there to be like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We're a media company. We're a media tribe. Get that shit. Yeah, that's right. Show everybody else how to do that shit. She did an excellent job. I can't wait for y'all to see what she gonna drop on your ass. I can't wait for you to see what she gonna drop. But damn. CeeLo, you still online?
Yes, I am here.
You got something you want to add? Because obviously it's just me and you tonight. I don't, people just, I don't know what's going on.
But, the term that you hear so much in regards to fishing and things like that, sustainable. We need to be thinking sustainability.
That's
we
right.
Need to be thinking about how to perpetuate, how to replenish, how to make what we're doing keep feeding and rejuvenating and resupplying the system itself, our communities. What are we doing and what are we establishing? And always keeping in mind that sustainability.
Sustainability. Powerful word. Sustainability. Right? And a lot of us, we want to start organizations and we want to start off so big that it ain't even sustainable from the start. I be talking to brothers and they be like, oh, yeah. We gonna launch nationally. Hey, nationally? Nigga, you just borrowed $5 from me. What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We got a national network of friends. Have you sold anything yet? Have you developed something that people already got that I don't know? No, I ain't got nothing. Stop.
So you're just gonna so you need to, so that's something we need to start addressing with people. Or say, oh yeah, man. So what's the sustainability of that?
What's the sustainability of that?
How are we gonna keep that going?
Right.
How are we gonna first off, how are we gonna manifest it, and then how are we going to keep it going? What are going to be how are we producing those seedlings?
What or even deeper, what are the seedlings?
Right.
What are the seedlings? You know what I'm saying? Before even, because it's like, because some of these, because it's like, family, we have to start where we are. You have to start where you are.
Mm-hmm.
The stag, if the stag possibly had enough food, the stag would have been able to nurse himself back to health. But because other people was coming, looking for an easy, a soft touch, they took advantage and ended up taking the stag's life. And I just don't want us to be the stag no more. I'm sick of being the goddamn stag. Every time I walk by the local market in our community, you know what I'm thinking? Damn, we a stag. You know what I'm saying? Look at the politics in our community. Guess what? We the stag. Look at the schools in our community. Be like, damn, we the stag. Because everybody's coming and eating off our pile and leaving us nothing. And we done become so used to it that we just prep our children to jump right back into the same shit. Because it didn't work out for me, but it's a possibility it could work out for my baby.
How? How is that sustainable?
But you know what? I can tell you how it's sustainable, CeeLo. It's sustainable for others. You know what I'm saying? Because the way we have been trained, we have been trained that our value is in what we can do for other groups, not even what we can do for our group. How useful are you to Western society? How useful are you to other groups?
Mm-hmm. It's not even a fair exchange.
Not at all. We give it all, and we receive absolutely nothing. It's foolishness. But I ain't gonna hold up the people, CeeLo. I appreciate you calling in. You know what I'm saying? They said, you know, we had, you know, I guess my commercial was too long. And I'm like, I appreciate you. You know, but we're going to do it again on, of course we're going to do it tomorrow morning, but then we're going to be back up here on Ujima night doing Folktales for Grown Folks. And tomorrow, Sister Navita has an explosive show ready for y'all to launch tomorrow. So y'all get ready, because it's going down. Sister Navita's kind of, she wired up about this one, family. So it's going down.
About to go down.
Yeah, blunt talk. So if you don't, you ain't got to smoke a blunt to be there, but it's called blunt talk because she's blunt. She's very blunt about what she want to talk about, and we're going to get to some serious stuff. So, family, I want to thank y'all for your time. I want to thank you for coming out. You know, I don't know whether it's the algorithm or whatever. It's something going on where motherfuckers is just not finding us because, you know, we back up. We back up on all our Facebook pages, and I am hyped up about it. But, yo, family, we are out.
Peace.
This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Something was caught in your throat, Anime. Of course, you know this is a Heart Assemble production. This was Folktales for Grown Folks. And we strive to blow up your old paradigms. And for those of you out there that's not ready, you need to go prepare. That's the aqua bin going off. That's the aqua bin going off. That's the aqua bin going off. You're not ready for it one more time. And I am out.